Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you. A little midday money on a Monday, January the 9th. Welcome on in. Like, subscribe, ring the bell if you're watching on the YouTube channels here for winning free picks or parlays. You see the video? I have yet to load the videos up to the Believe. I guess I'll get around to it. I don't know. I mean, the link is in the chat. And I was telling Tim before the show, I said, you know what? I just went to all the little things from yesterday's look headlines, Spotify, Amazon, Apple. I listened to them all. I told him, I said, man, I had like 8 windows open. I was listening to it, and I was watching some Dr. Pimple Popper. Sorry, I'll throw out another channel. I don't care. I enjoy watching her on Instagram. It's fun stuff. Hey, here we go. All right, let's. Here we go. We got some football to talk about. Coach is fired. We'll talk about that today. But let's get into the picks and stuff like that. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. If you're on the Twitter universe, come give me a follow. The picks are tweeted out there for you. I know you enjoy that. We'll do a little recap. Our recap from yesterday. Where do we go? We lost our college basketball on Bryant. 91-73 plus 735 in the video. Losing day in the premiums as well because we had Bryant. 0-2. College hoops not been kind in the premiums for the last month. It is what it is. NFL 2-2. Again, 51-49 minus $6 and $660 here in the video. $100 players, but premiums winning day there. Can't complain. I think we're 125-74 or something along those lines. Not too bad with our NFL. And we'll talk about playoffs in a minute. And NBA, Clippers. 22-23 now, minus 105 in a video. Now I think we're down to $100 now for NBA with that loss, 13-14. I'm not even sure. I'm just so frustrated. Jesse Shule hit me up on Twitter last night. I guess you're done with the NBA, Clippers. I'm done. But I'll tell you some NBA I like today. And this will be all, I know everybody loves the NFL's rigged. It's fixed. This is the ultimate reverse jinxing effect. When you don't bet the game, it automatically wins. So my NBA tonight, perfect 3-0 on tap. Getting ready to go for you. It won't be in a chat. It'll be spoken to truth. And we'll talk about that. But let's go into today's action. College hoops wise, NC Central, minus the 1.5. Again, 91-73 in the video, not too bad there. Making some plus money with our college hoops. And the small card, I do have a 3-pack up if you want to go get it. Wonderful. You good. I got to use the promo code. I think it comes out to $31 for a week of place. There you go. It's $1 a day. You know, you come in, you buy a week package, and you support the show for $1 a day. NFL, nothing. We'll talk about that coming up. Although, with our teasers yesterday, we did have post teasers. I should have mentioned this in recap. So the teasers go 2-2 yesterday, minus $60. 8-10 with the teasers on the season, minus a nickel. That's what happens when you lay 130. You go 8-10. Instead of being down a little bit, no, you gotta make up. We gotta make a big chunk. That's why we don't really love doing teasers and parlays. College football tonight. Apparently, there's a college championship game tonight. 64-42 in a video plus 21-05. A nice video season. And let's end it with a winner. TCU over to 63.5. And believe it or not, I kind of lean Georgia here. We'll talk about this more in depth going forward. And again, NBA, nothing in the chat here. Wait, is that 155? I thought it was supposed to be minus 105. I think I messed up on my minuses there. That should be, I think, minus 105, if I remember correctly. I have to go back and look at the show from yesterday. But so I said yesterday, we're done with the NBA. I can't stand, you can't win a game. Guys out. It's frustrating. No, it was minus 155. There we go. It is. That's correct. That is a correct amount, though. It should be, actually, no. I should have added to that one. So I messed up. That's what happens. We had the Jazz the other day. They lost. That would have brought us to that should have been a minus 125 yesterday instead of a 155. That's what I messed up. So 125. And it should be a minus a 240, not a. I'll have to adjust that. I'll adjust that for tomorrow. I'm sorry. That should be a minus 240 in our NBA picks. I messed up. It happens. It happens. But NBA today, Lakers, the Knicks, and the Bulls. Those are 3 games I like. No one's going to give the Lakers a shot because Denver's the best team in the world. No one give the Bulls a look because, hey, it's the Boston Celtics and we're the Boston Celtics. And the Knicks, because I look at the Bucks as a short fave, and I think everyone will bet Milwaukee. Those are the 3 games. Did not bet any of these because, as I said, we are boycotting NBA for a bit until I get this Clipper taste out of my mouth and Memphis quitting in their game, in the Charlotte game or whatever that was. It's just frustrating to see. I don't like guys sitting out. And I'll concentrate on college basketball. Tim, you want to jump in and do a little NBA real fast? I know it's only a short card, but
Yep, I got 3 plays today. One of them's the best bet up on the site. The 2 that I'm on, I agree with the Bulls. I'm on the Bulls +8. And I'll take the Washington Wizards -1. I got them 1.5 last night. It just seems like a short line. You get Washington, that's a slight favorite against the 3rd best team in the West. I know there's no Zion, but I don't think this line should be that short. I'll take Washington in that one.
There you go.
Those are the 2 plays that I got up on the site along with my best bet.
So, alrighty. Again, not too much tonight, but
no, not too much.
You got some winners out there.
Yep.
Let's jump back into the NFL, and I talked about this about McVay yesterday, right? He might not come back, and I thought we talked about Peyton. Let's talk with Peyton, right? Denver. And I said, why the heck does this guy want to go to Denver and face 2 possible Hall of Fame quarterbacks in Mahomes and Herbert twice a year, and then you still have Burrow and Josh Allen to deal with if you're making it past the other 2 guys in your division for a route to the Super Bowl. And I mentioned Arizona, like that team's in turmoil, like old Cliffy got canned right as the show was starting. Tim's like, oh, just got the notification. Oh, Cliffy's canned. I'm like, I'm shocked. I said, I'm pretty sure I said this yesterday. The guy should be fired. And I don't have his numbers in front of me. Go look at this guy's numbers in college. And he just somehow gets a whatever. If we're talking Sean Payton, this is where I said to go. You got a quarterback who, let's be honest, he's not even going to come back. What's he going to come back for the half a year next year? If he comes back at all, right? I mean, he's out with an injury. But this would be a spot he'd go to. He's got a young quarterback. He's got a decent receiver. And, Murray's a little guy like Drew Brees was. Maybe he says, hey, look what I can do with short little guys with good arms. I can make you a star. Is that a landing spot better than Denver? Possibly. I don't know. It's Arizona. It's a nice place to live. Where else would this guy end up? Dallas lose next week? Is he showing up in Dallas? It's going to take draft picks to get him. Same as McVay. Right? So Denver has no draft picks. So that's not happening. Is he going to the Texans? So we'll go right into Lovey here getting canned. And you fire a coach 2 years in a row. Do you feel bad for Lovey? He's in a tough spot. He's trying to win every game. He wins, he goes for 2. He knew they were going to fire him and that's just an odd. You fire head coach 2 years in a row. The last guy was clueless. But Lovey, the guy hasn't had a winning season in quite a while. The numbers don't lie. And, okay, he's not good for, the quarterback play, this or that. Well, he hasn't won. Was he trying to lose when he was at Illinois? What did he do in Illinois? Could have won in Illinois. He's not. You're not trying to tank over there to get a good draft pick. You know what I'm saying? This is a spot, and I mentioned it with Washington, and I mentioned with Carolina, and it could affect this spot right here. If Washington gets rid of Rivera, who looks like he's done, whether it was because of his health problems this year, or whatever the case would be, you got a quarterback you threw into it yesterday in Sam Howell, who you drafted. The new guy coming in, he's going to say, yeah, I love Sam Howell. He's my quarterback. Matt Corral down in Carolina. Now, obviously not a first, rounder kind of guy, but we talk about quarterback play and sitting behind a starter and getting some reps. Uh, Corral, let's be honest, his time in Carolina is over with. And what are they doing as a team? They're going to bring back Wilkes? How about that crazy game yesterday? 6-6 Carolina Saints. I shouldn't say I'm sure. My thinking is that Rivera gets canned. Wilkes, the guy put in, the team responded to him. But is that who you want? Teams like sexy and flashy nowadays. They don't want defense and we're going to run the ball. I think Peyton might end up in Houston. Now, that landing spot, the Saints are going to want their draft pick, which is number 2, which is wise. Hey, I'm going to go there and I could draft a quarterback, but I'm not going to get the draft quarterback because I got to trade him for my for me. Tricky spot, and I think he says another pick in the top 10. So maybe they get lucky and trade a later pick. I don't have the draft in front of me. Tim, does Houston have like 2 picks in the top 12 or 15? I thought they have
I think they have 2 in the top 15. Hold on.
Right. I mean, maybe they could keep their number 2 pick, but maybe they trade the one further back and get Payton. Now, who knows?
First 18 spots locked in. Bears, Texans, Cardinals, Colts, Seahawks from the Broncos.
Yep.
Lions from the Rams, Raiders, Falcons, Carolina, the Eagles from the Saints, Tennessee, Houston again from the Browns, Jets, New England, Green Bay, Washington, Pittsburgh, and Detroit.
So Houston's at what, 11, 12?
12. Houston's at 2 and 12.
2 and 12, not too bad. I mean, you got.
But the question is, who will get the first overall pick because the Bears are trading?
Bears are trading, but still, you're still going to get. If you want Stroud or Young, you're going to get either one of those. And I don't see the love for Will Levi and Richardson from Florida. Is that a joke? That guy's going to be a top 5 pick? What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't see it.
I mean, we got plenty of time to talk about stuff like that coming up. Let's do some NFL playoffs real fast. So, look at lines last night. We went through these games. And, well, we'll talk about it in chat. What does everybody think here? We got a matchup with the Chargers. Line has dropped since opening up. And that's what happens. You and I had the Chargers +1 yesterday. Not a good number on the opener. But this line's down to basically a pick 'em from a 2.5, a 3. Maybe there's a 1 out there. That's happens. You lose your best receiver, again, gets hurt. When your better defensive guys gets hurt, you got a coach who's utterly clueless on the sidelines. This is the problem with the Chargers. This is the problem with backing. I almost could have said San Diego. Jags, maybe a Jag play there. And just money line. I mean, this game is a tough one for me. I have not bet it. I said this yesterday. We were going to jump into games like San Fran. I think the line's going to go up right there. We talked about them. I thought that line would be like a 8.5 or a 9 over Seattle and a 4 or 4.5 over Green Bay. It opened up at a 10 spot with San Fran. Buffalo line was probably right in order there, 9 or 10, with a Miami team looks anemic on offense. Mini Giants is interesting, right? They just played a couple weeks ago. Is Cook healthy? Giants showing to fight. You got to like the, maybe coaching edge to the Giants. Gritty factor to the Giants. Primetime choke edge to the Vikings, right? When nobody loves Kirk Cousins in any kind of prime time. In the playoffs, all games are basically prime time. They're standalone games. Cincy, doesn't look like Lamar's going to play, and I wouldn't play either if I'm Lamar. Same thing with Garoppolo. If he's ready to come back, why are you playing? Why are you playing, Lamar? You getting hurt to go in a free agent? right? You want to get paid. Garoppolo wants to get paid. You're going to suit up for a team that's left you for dead in the summer. Don't do it. Don't do it. Sit out. The team. Baltimore's not going anywhere. Are they dangerous with Lamar? Absolutely. Where are they going this year? They're not going anywhere. Stop it. Just go into the offseason. Whoever you sign with next year, get a fully healthy quarterback. And the Dallas-Tampa Monday night game. Boy, who's betting Dallas after that game, huh? Plus 4.5 Dallas. Had you plus 4.5. Couldn't cover a plus 4.5. Forget about the time. I mean, we had Washington in the chat here, plus 7.5. What was that about? Terrible. Terrible. All right, let's get to some comments here. See how everybody's doing this wonderful morning. James is in the house. Welcome. Michael, good morning. Richard's here. Rich, how you been, bud? Lions got it done. Outright winner. Everybody took a bath yesterday on Green Bay, right? No way, Green Bay. Green Bay winning in. Another day for doggies. Did I write down my, I thought I wrote down somewhere. Where did I write? I have it. I wrote down. I thought I wrote it down. I guess I don't have it. The heck? Why am I a big idiot? What did I do? See, you clean the desk up and I lose my little sheet. Dave Tooley on Twitter. If you don't follow Dave's, good guy. Put up all of not all it's the season records here for the NFL. Totals, stuff like this. And on the year, favorites 175 and 90 straight up. And I'm not adding ties in here. Dogs 141, 118 against a number, 54.4%. And I'm sure average people, the common newbies, 54. That's terrible. That is. You bet 200 something NFL games and hit 54.5, 55%. You're going to make a lot of money. And that's just the dogs. I don't know how other people's seasons were in NFL. I see a 55% dog season. I'm guessing a lot of average, probably people in the chat, probably had some losing, a losing year when the dogs win. Not even at 51 or 52, 54.4. Totals, 149 to 119, 55.6% to the under. Primetime unders, 35, 19, and 1, 64.8%. And that can go right into, let's talk about, I left you up there. I wasn't trying to lecture you there, Rich. I apologize for leaving you up there. I was talking. Primetime unders, I think yesterday they mentioned, 40 different NFL quarterbacks took snaps this year, something like that. That is crazy. You want to talk about low scoring? Unders, young quarterbacks, not ready to play, complex offenses, no time to learn. And going forward, what quarterbacks can take a step forward next year? I don't know if many. Common Man's in the house. I enjoy it, Common Man. He rang the bell. Thank you very much. Best Bets Team Money in the house. Welcome, Team Money. Michael, I'm landing with Jordan. I think TC's overmatched here. I was on Twitter. I saw an ESPN sir 53% of $500,000. I think TCU will win outright. So public's on TCU. Well, the line comes down. And if you think, and I said this, I did the show with Ross Benjamin. And I said, you know what? And I sidewise, I said either take TCU money line or it's Georgia in a blowout. Right. So if you think TCU is going to hang, put a couple bucks on the money line because it's either going to be they're there to win it or it's not even close. That's why I like the over. I think Georgia is going to, the defense has been a problem. Right, they're a little banged up, and TCU, they can score. I mean, they're one outlier, and I think I said this the other day here. The TCU outlier is a 17-7 game to Texas. Everything else, crooked numbers all over the place. The Georgia outlier is them giving up 40 points to Ohio State. And I'm not even talking You want to talk about the LSU game? They gave up a lot of yardage. That game was not close. It was 50-30. Georgia at that point, that's garbage yardage. The Ohio State game is an outlier for them defensively. Not the game before that. That was, we're up big and go ahead, put up some garbage yards. We don't care. We're going to the natty. TCU defense, to me, their strength is not stopping a run game. And if Georgia thinks their defense is a problem, they're going to run that ball with their NFL running backs and their NFL offensive line. And it might start out early and it might only be 17-10, whatever, some kind of close. Georgia might not look like they're dominating this game in the first half. By the end of that third quarter and the fourth quarter, those Georgia running backs will be gashing for 20, 30-yard scampers all over the place, and this game's going to get out of hand. That's why I like the over. Richie P, where you been, Rich? I was going to say, I was waiting for you. Look at the lines. I had a stadium. I went to my little local guy here, and I dropped off 3 judges and a Goldie refractory. The Tops has that thing for the baseball card to go MVP trading. So I got $100. I got a stadium box, and I was going to do a video, but I haven't. So I got I left the cards out too because I was hoping you'd come. I got a little Julio, the Wander. Everybody, not that he's feeling good. This is not too bad. It's a number Joe Ryan. And I got 2 signatures. Garbage. I mean, Giolito's all right. And then Curtis Terry. Really? Curtis Terry? That's what I get out of the $100, $120 box. Whatever, Richie. T-Money. Horrible yesterday. Looking to bounce back. What happened with the Lafayette? Lafayette finally bit you in the butt there? It shouldn't be a horrible day because you faded those guys twice already and you won. We all have bad days, T-Money. That's all right. Very happy the books are giving away money next Monday night. I'll grab a nice 300 from them. Giving away money? Who's that? Taking Dallas? Giving away money? Taking the Cowboys? Michael, NBA, I'm going to Buck Knicks under. Yes. Also taking the Bucks first quarter. Knicks team total under first quarter. When you give up 50 in the first quarter, you need to play some defense. Yeah. And anytime you give up, I always say that, right? Teams get kind of embarrassed to come out and want to play with a little more focus. T-Money picks for night. TCU money line and 13.5. Oral against New Mexico money line plus 195. Pine Bluff at home. I like Pine Bluff. Bet Pine Bluff myself. Pound it. You should do a 6-point teaser. 6-point. What do you want to do? Both sides of this Georgia game? Tease it up. Good morning, James. NFL 5-2, college hoops 0-2, NBA 1-3. Ended up a losing day. We move on. Mike, we got to move on. Got to move on from lose day. All dogs don't go to heaven. They should. I like dogs better than cats. T-Money. My Lakers won't win tonight, I promise, but the Bulls against any top team usually wins crazy. I'll sprinkle on that money line. Here you go. Spurs money line. I think I read the Spurs are going to be out. Who's out for the Spurs? I thought their leading scorers out for the Spurs, too.
I think it's Vassell. Vassell's out.
Vassell. I thought their top guy or second guy's out.
Yeah. But that's on 11.5 with the team on a second leg of a back-to-back.
Pounded says, CBA has been mess last 2 days. And let me tell you, my college basketball for December and in the first 2 weeks here, I'm, I think, at 12 games under 500 of late. So I'm having a rough college hoops run. I get back on track. All you can do is adjust your bets. You're not due to win anything. Got to ride it out. That's why we got to manage the bankroll a little bit. Eric, end up 58% NFL regular season. Thanks for the doggies. Yes. And listen, 63% for me. That's an awesome number. 58% for you, Eric. I mean, we talked to you at the beginning of the year. You said you're going to be concentrating on a lot of dogs. So, listen, your 58% might as well be like a 70% when you're just taking dogs. And like I say, the 54 for the season is the official number for dogs. And, you're better than that. And you're basically a strictly kind of a dog guy. Where I kind of mix it up sometimes. I'll take dogs or faves. And listen, it was a good year. Nothing to say. James, it's my birthday. Can I get a free pick? A good one. All my picks are good ones. What do you want? A free pick on what? Go for it. NC Central's a game I bet. You want NC Central? Are you on Twitter? Send me a message. I'll give you my NFL this weekend. What do you want? My college basketball today? A couple games? Here's the thing, James. I can't give everyone out here in the chat, as I mentioned. You get on the leaderboard and then people buy it. I don't know if they're watching in the chat. I know some people come in and buy in the chat. I mean, it's $31 for a week. So people come and buy it. I can't just give everything away for free. And I give away a lot for free. World Baseball Classic. I can't do
March 8th. March 8th.
And I got a stack. I wish I could take a little camera and just span over. I was going to try to get my Bowman set going for Bowman. I don't understand Bowman. Where's Richie too? I need help here. There's the Chrome. There's the Bowman first. There's the rookie cards, and there's base cards. I have no idea. Why can't Again, old man. I opened up a pack of 88 tops. It is what it is. There it is. It's a pack of cards. Richie saying happy birthday to James. Yes, sir. Should we all sing? Should we sing happy birthday? I'm not going to sing. I'll do a little Marilyn Monroe happy birthday. Happy birthday. No? Tim? No. T-Money. What do you think about the coin toss celebration by the Bengals? I would be angry too, I'm sure. I can't say I'm shocked it happened. What was that? That was the Ocho Cinco coin toss thing? I mean, but what are you going to do? I mean, it's freaking good. Don't get me started on that. Bill should have took the loss. That's it. You're welcome, James. Happy birthday to you. Markel's in the house. Welcome. Michael's coming in. NBA, NFL playoffs. Bengals -5.5. Jacksonville money line. San Fran and the Bills so far. Yeah, I'd have to agree. James, the streets of Arizona were partying last night. Why? Because they knew they were going to fire old Cliffy? Kingsbury was the biggest fraud for head coach, James. Yes, he was. I mean, he's definitely going to get paid still. Arizona's a dump. You don't want to live here? Really? I thought Scarsdale's pretty nice over there, no? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't golf, so I wouldn't like Arizona. Michael, going Kings first quarter, Magic team total under first quarter. Mike Brown called out his team for their lack of defense. Magic off a big win. Kings off a few L's. Late night spot for an East Coast team. I can probably see that, yeah. And Sacramento's a team we kind of bet on before here. Tim will tell you that's one of our little teams we kind of like to bet on. Them, the Pacers.
Yep, them and Magic. The Pacers. Magic has been good to do this year. Those are two teams that I really like, so I couldn't really go after anything.
Denver's called Quinn back for another interview. I mean, Dan Quinn's he's not. He could be a head coach. He was a head coach, James S. What was crazy that he signed an extension. Yeah, well, that team isn't the owner. I mean, who's the GM there? Didn't they fire him? Or Tech? I know the Titans fired their GM. Brendan's coming in like in the under 63.5 tonight. I don't hate it. Yes, I have the over. And I just feel that the Georgia, I think they're going to run the ball. Like I initially think under, right? You can see this being like 37-17 to an under. But I don't know. I think Georgia's going to hit their team total. Georgia scores 40 by accident. And I do think that we're going to get a 20 plus here from TCU. Just in garbage time, they'll probably score too late. It's tricky. It's tricky. I'm expecting a big game from Georgia. No one's probably expecting that, right? Everybody's high on TCU. And again, we're talking 63. I mean, 33-20 doesn't get there. We need some points. Daily best bets, team money. Chargers coach says pathetic. Just before we mention it's terrible. There are. What's there to say? Your best wide receiver shirt again. Dak is just beyond. Yeah, he. What are you gonna do? The guy had 15 picks and he didn't play 5 games, and I think he's thrown a pick 6 in 5 straight games. Not 5 straight, but I'm being silly here. He's thrown a bunch of those. Russell Wilson looked good Sunday. Some of these guys not very hard. Well, here's the thing with Russ. Obviously, the last couple weeks with Denver. Was it the play calling? All right. Then you go back to him in Seattle, and it was like, well, there's nobody around him. The team's bringing him down. And, well, the team's in the playoffs, and their QB just did a good job, you know. So I don't know if Russ was just banged up some of the season. The play calling was bad, injuries. It's a interesting situation to say the least with Denver. Could be a buy low opportunity next year on a season total, or even coming out of the gate betting them early on. Devin, my favorite show to look forward to, Midday Money, Jersey Board. There we go, baby. We like Jersey. I appreciate you watching. Thanks for coming in. Leaving a comment. 3-time. Here we go. Steeler Avi. Good morning. Happy Monday. Should I take NC Central 2.5? Lines moved. It's they're plus 2.5 now, NC Central, or minus 2.5? Let's see. Where is this game? I don't even have the college hoops up. Not sure why I have the NFL board up. All right, NC Central. They're a 2.5 point. I like it. Still lay with. I don't mind. You can still lay the 2.5 here with Central. Whoa, what happened there? All right, here we go. Team money. Lamar's done with the Ravens. Moving on. Hey, the guy wants to get paid. Obviously, the Murray contract. Who's getting that? That was some ridiculous thing. But you can't blame the guy for trying to get it, right? I mean, that's what it's about. Now, does he feel unloved and they should have offered him something, whatever he was looking for, something not as good, right? There's got to be some negotiation involved. Like, he could say, listen, I'm better than him. And we're not going to argue Lamar's not better than Kyler Murray. I think he's better personally. That contract, though, nobody would give him that contract. Or he wanted the Watson contract, I think, right? Watson had the newer one, not Kyler Murray. No one's paying that. Could there be a happy medium? I think there could be, right? Team's built around him, but maybe he wants to go somewhere else. The teams with some money be throwing around. Tim's Jets, the Colts. I know it's going to be like, well, we're going to draft a quarterback. If you're the Texans, do you want to go sign Tannehill or Murray or not Murray, Lamar or Garoppolo, right? You have some options out there. Baker. Granted, you want a young guy. The young guys, I mean, Lamar wasn't the top guy in his class, right? I mean, just because you have a top 5 pick or top 10 pick, that quarterback does not mean you're winning. Does not mean he's good. But unfortunately, yeah, I think Lamar is out of there. Take the grade. NC Central, Morgan State -8. Morgan State -8. I kind of like Morgan State there. I don't leave on Morgan State. Pine Bluff, sure. Ugly IUP, huh? Woo! Guess Robert Morris. How's that Robert Morris laying the 17 spot? Holy cow. Team money. Jimmy G should come to the Giants. Would do fine. I've said before about Garoppolo when he got hurt. They're like, he might be back for the playoffs. Why the heck are you coming back for them, Jimmy? They gave your job to a rookie, ready to trade you. They said, you know what? Nobody wants you because you're banged up. Let's keep him around just in case. You're going to run here to come back. Granted, it's a Super Bowl run. I don't think they're going to take Purdy out anyway. You can't take him out. How are you taking out a guy? The guy's putting up 30-something points a game. So if I'm Jimmy G, I'm going to stay on the IL. I'm not ready to play. My leg still hurts, my back, my neck, my ankles, whatever. And then go into the offseason and find a spot. I mean, how about the Rams? I mean, I shouldn't say that. Do they want another injury quarterback? I mean, they got Stats Patford could easily retire. He's got problems. They got head coaching problems. They have 0 draft capital. The Giants, huh? No, you're not. Here's the thing, Team Money, with the Giants. How about Daniel Jones wins this week against Minnesota, and they play a tough game versus the Eagles next week? You're going to fire the guy? or not fire him, but not re-sign him. Took you to the playoffs. You were right there. You were, again, hypothetical. He wins next week, and he's right there against the Eagles. You get rid of him? Guys, who's taking you over the hump? Bill, what do we got here? Fairy tale ends tonight, Georgia by 13, or Georgia minus 13. Pounded sports. I pounded Washington plus 7.5 yesterday and 3.5 when they were up 6-0. Bucks all day. Yeah, Washington was a good play yesterday. I put in the chat at Dallas at plus 4.5. I'm thinking, all right, I'm getting Cooper Rush all day, or I get Dak for a half. I can live with that. It'll be a low scoring game. I had the under 16-13, 16-14, 17-16. No, I get nothing like that. Bucks, you got Bucks at 3.5. Good number there. I've not seen a 3.5. I've seen flat threes. Jason took advantage of your 39 pass. Look forward to it. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you. 39. Next time, use a promo code. It would cost you $31. But thank you. I appreciate you jumping on board. Let's have a nice winning week here. Elliot's in the house. He says the Bucks money line over the Knicks tonight. Again, I just can't bet. I see the 2.5. It looks too low, right? Bucks, they're better than the Knicks, and my squareness comes in where I just can't get that. Richland, Jimmy Butler got fouled last night. Last play, there's NBA refs control the game. I need Brooklyn to win, anyways. NBA for me, playoffs. Maybe I'll watch a playoff game. I can't watch this nonsense. No, terrible. And the foul calling, it's like the NFL, right? They can call holds whenever they want, pass interference all they want. And the foul calling, is it a touch fouls? Oh, we're calling it here, we're not calling it there. It's the flops. Got no time for this NBA nonsense. Elliot says he'll kick our butts at the Garden. Bucks over the Knicks. I like the Pelicans money line also, says Elliot. How have you been, Elliot? Happy New Year to you. Cracking on the ice. You know what? I saw that. I kind of leaned the other way on that game. Did not bet any ice today. Markel says, Elliot, I'm on Bobby Portis, double, and Bucks as well. Bucks money line. Michael's coming. I think Georgia's going to smash him. I tend to agree, Mike. I think they're going to want to run a little bit, right? Because the defense is a problem. So we're going to run. But TCU's not built to stop that run game. I mean, that's not happening. That isn't happening. They could run, and you're going to see big scampers here out of the running game. I probably should have looked at some rushing totals here, some player props for Georgia. I would go whoever, a couple backs over their props if I could get them. Elliot says, nice to Markel. He's on the Bobby Portis. Richard's going with TCU tonight. If it's TCU, it's money line or nothing. That's the way I look at it. Georgia didn't even thank Ohio for missing a field goal. Shouldn't even come down to that field goal. This is why they're down. Right, they were down double digits, came back. Couldn't make a stop. Shouldn't even come down to that field goal. You can't make a stop here. I think Duggan will run a little bit. I think his rush total is like 30-ish, I think. I saw somebody posted on Twitter over. I kind of like that little over for him. He might sneak out for a big run there. Nathan's got TCU plus 14.5. Little hip no toe tonight. Again, whatever you want to do with this game, I can make arguments for both sides here. I'm just going to go over. I want to see a wild one. Just give me that. Lane, what's up? Let me bet outside is Mississippi Valley State and Texas Southern under the 131. This opened at 128, by the way. So it's gone up. Excuse me, opened at 132. So it's come down a little bit. You want to go under? I'll go under this as well. Give me the under because the 128 was my number. I wrote on a different side of my paper today. I was like, 128. No, that's my number. May sprinkle some TCU in here. Yeah, TCU. It's again. You don't have to. I know people want to bet it because it's the last college football game. You don't gotta. Maybe find something in game. Lafayette won an OT, but I won in the first half. There you go. All right. Richard P. Took a shot, Higgs. What can you do? That's it. That's all we do is take shots. It's my life. Taking a shot at it. Let's go. Fire away. Sacramento -2 first quarter. Yes, we like Sacramento there, right? Kind of tough spot for the old East Coast team coming west, right? Sacramento, as we mentioned earlier. I don't know if you were in the chat earlier. We talked about this game. We do like Orlando, but Sacramento, not due for a win, but you expect you're going to come out and play better. First quarter is where to do it. Spurs are playing better. Vassal giving me points. I think Vassal is out tonight. Right? Is Vassal out, Tim? Is that official?
I'm gonna go check the injury report real quick.
I thought he was out.
He was out last game. I remember that.
Yeah. Let's
go and confirm this real quick.
And he's got the Wizards over New Orleans.
Vassal out, will return a little after the All-Star break.
All right, so Vassal's out. So
Vassal's out, and Kelton Johnson's questionable for the Spurs as well.
Yeah, not loving that one there. I know. We talk about fade in the injury report, but I don't know. I don't know.
Milwaukee, not Milwaukee, but Memphis team total over tonight. The Spurs have the worst defense.
Yeah,
in the
I was
NBA.
gonna say, yeah,
it's not even particularly close too. They're allowing like almost 121 points a game. Yes, Wizards.
And as I say, he likes the Wizards. I said I kind of like the Wizards as well. Michael, Bulls are on 3-0 this year against the spread versus Celtics. Yeah, I'm getting 8. Take them. Let's go. Markel locked in the Bulls plus 8.5. Elliott, I should hammer Georgia to cover. I think Georgia's going to pull away, and it's not going to be close. I think Georgia's going to go over their team total, 37, and on their way. Untouchable, welcome. Good to see you. What about NC Central under 155? I want to say over because I got the road team here. I need some points. So I'm going to say over. If I like the road team and I'm laying a little number here, give me the over 155. Untouchable. Are these the auto bets, the NCAA basketball under IPUI? I don't think there's any auto bets. I know it looks like you could do that, right? We talked about, Georgetown and Florida State and Louisville, these teams look really, really bad. I think if you've bet these all before, right, it's one thing. Have you been betting IUPUIs under? I'm pulling it up right now. IUPUI under. They're 7-7 in their totals. That's definitely not an auto play for me. Team that's East. I don't know about that. Texas Southern against Mississippi Valley. 10.5. The line's 10.5. I'm going to say no. I got this at like a 7. It's 10.5. What am I? Valley's bad. Valley's one of the worst teams in the land. I don't know if I want to do 10.5 on the road, especially when it opened at 9. There you go. Curtis Terry Auto on eBay. It's $2. I got robbed. Yeah, I know. Box $100, $2 free. Thanks for rubbing salt in the wound, Anthony. Get the block out. Get him. Get the timeout for Anthony for coming here with this nonsense. I like New Mexico tonight. Yes, against Oral Bob. Nathan, who's that? The Fox? What do we got here? The Lobos? Is that a wolf? We got the Lobo? Untouchable. Why didn't the County switch salad after they were done with? Here, I said this Untouchable some point in the season. I'm like, they got Sam Howell, who they drafted. But I'm thinking what they're going is we're still in a playoff hunt. Although the guy didn't know, Rivera didn't know he could get eliminated. I'm sure the thinking is we can't just throw this rookie out here when we're still alive for our playoffs. I think that's kind of the thinking there. And Rivera's a guy who's got to win games to keep his job. Now, do I think he keeps his job now? No. If we went into the playoffs, possibly. It's tough to fire playoff coaches. But then, listen, if I'm a Redskin fan, what are you doing? You're bringing Rivera back? You giving Howell a shot? Because the new coach coming in is going to be like, yeah, what that's the problem. That's the problem. Not just in Washington, on all these teams. New coach comes in, and a guy. Josh Rosen was a top 10 pick. Everybody thought he was going to be good, right? Arizona drafts him. The coach gets fired. New coach comes in. They draft his quarterback, and Rosen's on the move. He's out of the league. Like, it's terrible. I mean, the guy could have been Joe Montana. You don't know because you don't get a shot. You come into a team that has 3 wins. You got a bad head coach. He doesn't know what he's doing. They're really down around because the coach, you got to win. You're really going to try to win with a rookie on a bad team? Recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster. T-Money, Coppin State for North Carolina State, under 155. Coppin State money line seems to be the way. I'm against you on those. Stephen Porter, does New Mexico have a chance tonight? Why wouldn't they have a chance? They're a 5-point favorite. Of course they have a chance. You're Johnny Drama. You always have a chance. There's drama behind me. Yes, they have a chance. James S. Man, they treated Jimmy like redhead steps out. They did. Zero respect for the dude. Shanahan lost the Falcons the Super Bowl. He lost the Niners the Super Bowl. Don't blame Jimmy G for losing to the Chiefs. Where's the defense? Where's the play calling? Even last year against the Rams. Okay, the Rams sold their soul to win that Super Bowl. Dude, they're lucky they even got there. Lucky to even get there. Shanahan should get a jacket. An honorary jacket for that Super Bowl. Blowing that game. Seaport, I can't believe Miami covered. Steven, never in doubt that cover. 3.5, 4, 4.5. Easy money. Lock. Oh my goodness. So I had Miami. I had them at +1. And that line was all over the place, right? +1, -1, -3, +3. Oh boy. A safety with no time. Listen, just fall down.
That was the biggest Jets way to end the season.
We've seen this often with this nonsense. Hi, we saw 2 weeks ago with New England. Hey, let me throw a backward pass. It gets picked off and taken 60 yards to the house. Oh, yeah, Steven. Listen, I'm happy I had Miami. Nice win. I'll take it, but Pat, no way TCU scores as easy as they did on Michigan. Well, think about this. The Michigan defense, they hadn't given up points anywhere. Their worst game was to Ohio State, giving up 23. Why do you think TCU was not going to be able to, or why do you think that was easy, I should say? Michigan had a good defense. I think Michigan, let's talk about Harbaugh. I think he's leaving. I think he's leaving Michigan. Now he's under investigation. Like, who did Harbaugh pay to get Michigan under investigation for a hamburger? Like, the hamburger comes in? No. I think he's just like, I can't, I don't know. What's he doing? I don't think it was easy. They put up a bunch of points. Were you expecting? I was expecting a bunch of points versus Michigan. Yes, Brandon. Brandon the Great. Not Tate the Great. He's Brandon the Great. What's the Duggan TD thing? I could see him punching one in from somewhere on the field.
I think it was like a +120, +125.
Yeah, it's all right. Why not take it? Untouchable. Is that full circle Jimmy G replacing Mr. Irrelevant in New England? And now it's been replaced by new Mr. Irrelevant in San Fran. I don't know if he's been replaced. He got hurt. So he got hurt in San Fran. I don't think you could say he's been replaced. How do you take a kid out, whether he's Mr. Irrelevant or whoever? They're winning with him. And listen, Lance went out and the team wanted Jimmy. The players want Jimmy. The odds makers, everybody knew the team was better with Jimmy quarterbacking. But this is a spot. He's not replaced. If you get hurt, you're not replaced. Like, it's not like they said, well, you're playing poorly. Here comes Brock Purdy. Purdy went in because Garoppolo's out for the year. James, that's what they said about Michigan. Yeah, no way they scored this easy. Markel's not betting the Georgia game. Stimmy's in the house. Look at this guy popping in. Had the Jets plus 3.5 just when you thought you've seen it all get hit like that. Tough one, Stimmy. How have you been, my guy? Happy New Year to you. Stimmy used to come in here all the time, except I made him hundreds of millions of dollars. Now he's on a yacht. He doesn't get internet when he's out in the Pacific cruising out in Tahiti. Markel, maybe I go on the under Georgia. I'm not playing it. Yeah, it's tough. It's over or nothing. I know it's a square play, but I think, again, I think Georgia's going to control this game and pull away, and they're going to score 45 plus here, 44 plus, and I need a 20 spot here from TCU. I think I could get 20 from them. Opposite. So I'm going opposites. Everyone's been to Wizards as a fan. No Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's out. James, that's a South Dakota State kid. Who's that? That's the other, right? That South Dakota, North Dakota college football. Nice win for you there. I can't back Wizards. Oh, excuse me, Markel. I can't back the Wizards as a faves ever. Yeah, they're only a small fave, though. And that's the point. People are betting the other way. So you're really not betting them as a fave because they're psychologically a dog because nobody wants them to win. How about that for verbal judo? Gary, good afternoon. My play today. Sabres over to 6.5. Let's pull a little cold cash up on the ice, Gary. I didn't have any ice today. I looked over it and I thought about possibly taking Montreal against the Kraken, and I thought about Kings puck line. Those are the two I kind of thought about. So, actually, and I gotta say the Sabre game, and I don't want to offend Tim. How are they 250 faves here?
Because they're actually good. Yeah, have you seen what they've done? Have you seen what they've done the last month and a half?
Yeah, they're on a roll. I'm just saying that's
They just took care of the sorry Wild.
Minnesota.
They beat Boston the other day.
Yeah, they did.
This is a Sabres team that is actually looking solid. When you look at I know it's not even the All-Star break yet. This team is 4 points out for a wild card spot. This team is really close, and with a bunch of games in hand. So we could actually be looking at a Sabres team that we could actually look at the two longest playoff droughts being ended this year with the Sacramento Kings and the Buffalo Sabres.
Possibly, yeah. Well, I mean, listen, Sabres playing
going up against a Flyers team that will be on a backup goalie, and on a second leg of a back-to-back.
And that's what I was going to say. Was the 6.5? I initially want to say under, right? You lose 6-2, and on the flip side, Buffalo won shootout 6-5. So yeah, you've been seeing I'm one where your defense giving up. Let's be honest, you're giving up 5-6 goals in hockey. That's like giving up 35-40 in the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think the defense comes to play, but now I get a backup goalie on top of that.
On a second leg of a back-to-back, and
Buffalo's been. I mean, I want to say under 6.5. I can see this game being 4-1, 5-1. 5-1 doesn't even get you there.
I see Buffalo doing a lot tonight. This is and you got. I don't want to say it's a must-win game, but these games, you kind of got to get something. You got to get wins in this one.
That doesn't mean you win 6-2, though, does it?
No, it doesn't. I could see this. I could see easily being 4-2.
Right. Garrett. I mean, I kind of lean under this one. I mean, as Tim mentioned, maybe you want to do a puck line here. You won't be laying too much of a number on a puck line.
I got plus 105 on the Sabres puck line.
I would do that. Let's go Sabres puck line instead of his total, because his total, I could see it being a 4-1, 5-1 game, and it's a dominant win by the Sabres, but 6.5. I mean, Sabres got to do everything here,
and they can. And the thing is, this Sabres team, and we'll do real quick, and then we'll head back to all the other stuff. We've seen it. We've noticed a difference because I watched their games. That's one of the teams that I probably watched mostly every single one of their games. Earlier in the year, it was all Tage Thompson, Skinner, and Tuck, and it was only the first line, and nobody else was scoring. We're getting offense from the second, third, and fourth lines now. That's a big thing that the Sabres needed, is more than one line, and we are starting to get that. So more depth scoring. They're going to be a lot more dangerous. Nobody wants to face this team in a 7-game series.
I got a Sabres at plus 115. I'm gonna grab.
There you go.
I'm gonna add it to I'm gonna add it to the sites too.
There you go. Go Sabres tonight. I'm already
Yeah,
on it. I'm
do a
on
little-
them. I'm on the. I kind of play player props with them too because Tage Thompson's pretty much automatic. Because he's what second in the league in goals this year. He's got 31 goals this year, 32 goals. So he's working his way up. And I grabbed Cousins at plus 250 and Olofsson at 275 to score a goal. They've been pretty consistent lately too. So
Gary gets a full breakdown on his Sabre play. Here.
yes, Sabres game. Sorry, and Darlene. Yeah, somebody mentioned Darlene too. Yep.
Canes, what do you say? TCU tonight, Duggan MVP. I don't know. Listen, if you like TCU, it's a money line. There you go, worth a shot. Give me the over, and I don't know. I think Tim's doing a lot. Tim, you doing a live show tonight on this game?
Yes, we'll be live. It will start at 8:15 and end a little bit after the game.
There you go. Live in-game opportunities tonight.
Yep.
Hicks said block caught himself for saying get the cement. Seriously, right, Richie? Coming in here with that nonsense. Team Money, Travis Konichiwa has scored a goal in 5 straight games. Flyers grabbed that at 175. Again, it does look big, but as Tim mentioned, back-to-back goalie, that's automatically a fadeaway kind of spot for me. Creekman, Georgie, a big llama. Yes, I think Georgia's going to pull away, baby. I do. The llamas are in the house. I have a stack 4, 8. I got a bunch of photos. Maybe we'll do a little some kind of NFL raffle and raffle off some llama photos that my wife yeah, my wife painted those with her toes. That my daughter does the llamas. Maybe we'll send some llamas out for the fans. Gary, Flyers played last night and get punked. Wait till they get a load of Tage, Toots, and Skinner. All right, here we go. I mean, you know your Sabres. I just think I don't know. I guess. Listen, I'm going puck line, so I'm going to pull for the over here. Nathan says 37-27. I'd get me the over. Won't get you to cover unless you have TCU. Brandon Great, Edwards, 50-plus yards seems like a play. I would agree, yes. James S., I'm still shocked at hitting a Texans-Colts. Oh, my goodness. Woo! But Houston has been playing. They've been fighting the last couple of weeks. And you're going to fire the guy? All right. I'll send you. Oh, I coached the Bears. Here you go, Chicago. Here, have a nice number 1 pick. Gary says, nice. Yeah, that's our thoughts, bud. Sabres line looks very sus. You think it looks sus? I don't think it looks sus. I'm just saying they're good. I don't like Mike. I'm not a huge guy coming in late I don't like laying 140s. So 240s, 250s. I'm going to be like, I don't want to do that. You know. Nathan took the Sabres and the Kraken on the money lines. Nathan, how do you even have a watch on your hand? You should be using a sundial when you're betting 240 faves when you take some losses here. You got to go ask people for the time. Gary with the sheesh. Team Money, Flyers 198, hands down.
50-50 game. Yes. This is a 50-50 game. Yes. 100%.
It's a 50-50 game, and they're
you
250
got
dogs.
it. A Sabres team that's 20-15-2 at home is a 50-50 game against a 15-18-7 team. Come on. What are we talking about, Team Money? 50-50 game? If the Flyers had Carter Hart today in net, sure. They do not. Not a 50-50 game. There's a reason why this line's the way it is.
Oh boy. I'm gonna have to end the chat in the P&P room. So if you're on P&P, come on over to Winter Picks to watch the live show. Although I don't know how to remove it. Oh. Did I just hit remove on this, or would it remove forever? How does that work? You even know how it works?
I'll probably just go through the chat and then end it.
All right. There we go. Gary agrees. They like to score. Steve Porter had to totally disagree. Arizona is a great place to live. See, yeah. I thought Arizona was nice. Again, I've never been there. I wouldn't know. I thought it was nice. Someone says, here we go. Desmond's getting the mouse out, the computer, calculator. He's calling up the man, scratching his head. Who should I bet today? Going through the Rolodex, calling up a hottie to come over. And he's like, here you go, babe. Did you pick up my lunch through Uber Eats? I'll pay for it. I don't know what that means, Desmond. Thank you. Gary says correct. Down.
Darlene.
Darlene.
D-A-H. Yeah, Darlene.
Untouchable.
Yeah,
Sabres
it's
Day.
untouchable.
Same game parlay. Sabres run line over. Anytime goal scorer. Mr. TNT, Tage Thompson. This is all hockey talk in here. Gary, you're welcome. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Corey, checking in. How could the Jets screw me out of 550? Jets, Giants, Green Bay, Detroit under. Oh, my goodness. Never in doubt. Seaporter, since September 11th, Dak has thrown an interception in every game except 2. He's been great money. I used him to cover my prop losses. I mean, the guy, he's throwing pick sixes too on top of it, Steven. Tampa Bay wins tonight. Tampa Bay who?
Lightning don't play today. Lightning play tomorrow. They're $4 faves against the Blue Jackets.
I'm not betting heavy on it, but I guess the Flyers have no chance. Buffalo's so overrated, says Team Money. All right. That's it. We're out of here. Back tomorrow. Check out Tim. It'll be on Twitter, YouTube channel for the National Championship game.